Thank you.
谢谢你。
谢谢。We all say thank you.
我们都说感谢你。
Why do we say thank you?
为什么我们会说谢谢你呢？
We say thank you because we have received something from someone.
我们通常讲谢谢你的时候，我是从一个人那里得到了属于他的，后来又给了我的东西，我才说谢谢他。
Here in Canada, we have a Thanksgiving celebration.
在加拿大，我们有一个叫做感恩的这个节日。
This celebration was started by evangelical Christians who escaped from England.
这个感恩节是怎么开始呢？是从英伦三岛逃出来的那一些福音派的基督徒，在北美洲才开始的。
Back in England, at that time, they were forbidden to worship privately.
当时在英格兰是，如果你有一个私人的一个聚会，或者一个小范围的一个敬拜神的行为，都是被禁止的。
They were forbidden to preach the gospel as they saw it in the Bible.
他们而且被禁止传这个圣经里面的这个上帝的福音的信息。
And so they were persecuted everywhere they went.
所以这些福音派的基督徒呢，无论在哪里都是受当局的逼迫。
When they were caught, they were put in prison.
如果他们一旦被抓到，都是会投到牢里面。
And like I said, they could not preach if they didn't have a license.
他们不能够传道，除非你有一个执照，就是一个传福音的一个或者一个什么样的执照一样，你才可以传福音。
Have you seen anything like that in the world today?
大家现在有没有看见过一个讲道的传道人的一个执照？你有看见过吗？
They said, we got to get away from here.
所以这些基督徒说，我们不能在这么一个罪恶的这个国家里面再继续待下去。
So they escaped from England and went over to Holland.
所以他们从英格兰逃出去以后，就逃到荷兰。
There, when they were in Holland, it wasn't comfortable. They spoke a different language, and they weren't comfortable there either.
所以他们逃到荷兰的这些基督徒呢，在那里因为是异乡背景的，这个离乡背景是从异乡踏过来的，那个地方的语言也不通。
And so there, they got a ship, and to sail to the New World.
后来他们在荷兰就是找到一艘船，他们坐的这艘船就到了一个新世界。
See, this was back in the 1600s.
那是在16世纪的时候。
And only about 150 years ago, somebody had discovered North America.
差不多是在17世纪，差不多在那之前150年才有人发现这么一片新大陆。
So they said, here in Europe, there's no place we can go that we'll be free to worship as we want to.
所以这些基督徒说，我们在全欧洲大陆是铁幕一块，是黑暗笼罩，我们没有办法自由的敬拜这个造我们的神，所以呢，我们都要找一个地方去。
So they decided to sail to this new world, and but that was a long trip.
然后他们从荷兰出发，就到了这一片新的这个新大陆。但是呢，大家知道，在海上经历了非常遥远的路途。
It takes 8 hours for a jet plane to get across the Atlantic Ocean.
如果你现在是用当代的这个飞机，喷气式的飞机，你要花8个小时时间才能够跨越这个大洋。
The fastest ships that we have today take 4 days to cross the ocean.
当代最快速的这个船，你要坐差不多8天的时间才可以，这个4天的时间越过大西洋才能到这边。
But this was a small sailing boat.
这些当时他们这条船呢是一艘很小的帆船。
If there was wind, they went. If there was no wind, they didn't.
如果当时海上有一些风的话，这个帆船就可以朝前走；如果没有风的话，这帆船就不会动。
But after a long trip, they arrived.
后来经过漫长的旅途以后，他们终于到达这片土地。
And the first fall and winter, they had a terrible time.
这个第一年的这个秋季来临的时候，他们就非常的凄惨。
It was they went through a great deal of suffering.
他们当时经历了许许多多的苦难。
What would they get to eat?
他们当时拿什么东西来吃呢？
And they didn't have Tim Hortons, and they didn't have any of those things around in those days.
那个时候还没有咖啡馆，还没有快餐店，所以这个在整个地方是野蛮的一片土地。
There was just forest up there.
在这个地方只有森林。
But the Indians helped them to know how to find food in the forest.
当地的土著的原住民印第安人就帮助这些漂洋过海的这些基督徒告诉他们怎么样可以找到吃的。
They had to build their homes, their houses from scratch. They had to do it themselves.
然后呢，他们必须要自己盖房子，那从一砖一瓦开始盖自己的房子。
They couldn't call any business and say, "Will you come and build me a house over here?"
那个时候是一片都是原始森林，他们不能到这个地方拎起个电话叫人谁，你们哪个装修队来帮我一下，哪个盖房子来装一下，没有这样的事儿。
And they had to fell trees and use the small trees for the walls and then chink it so that air couldn't get in between.
他们当时只能用什么呢？用把这个树砍下来以后，把这个树呢稍微弄平整一点，然后呢，把它拼在一起作为这个墙，这个房子的墙。另外呢，这个当中呢要搞得比较密一点、实一点，免得冬天的时候有风刮进来。
But that first winter was a very hard winter. Some of them died. I suppose because they were old or they got sick, but not all of them lived through that winter.
但是漂洋过海的这些基督徒，不是每一个人都过得了第一个冬天，有些人就冻死了、饿死了、病死了，或者是老死了。反正不是每一个基督徒都平安的过了第一个冬天的。
But one thing they could do, even all through that winter, was to worship God in the way that God wanted them to worship.
但是尽管他们不能够活着过冬，或者过得非常艰难的一个冬天，但是他们拥有敬拜神的自由，这是他们第一个冬天所做的。
And the next spring, they had cleared enough land, so the next spring they were able to plant some things.
到了第二年的春天，还活下来的基督徒，他们就有机会去平整一些土地，整一些地方出来，可以种一些这个他们将来可以收成的。
So the second fall, things were better.
到第二年的冬天情况，到第二年的秋天的时候，情况就比第一年的秋天就要好很多。
Their houses were built now.
他们基本上这个房子已经盖好了。
And their future was secure.
他们的未来看起来也比较稳定一点。
Now their houses weren't like this house, but still they were houses that they could keep warm in.
尽管这个房子不像那个时候的房子，不像今天我们在这里举办的这样一个房子，那个时候的房子是比较简易的，只是说他们至少可以住在那个屋子里面。
They had to say thank you to somebody.
他们必须是要感谢一个人。
They knew that it was God who had brought them there.
他们很清楚是上帝把他们带到这里来了。
They knew that they remembered that the Indians had helped them.
他们也纪念那些帮助他们的原住民印第安人的这个友谊。
So they decided to have a feast to say thank you.
所以他们决定要办一个节日，这个节日就是为了感恩的一个节日。
And it was called a Thanksgiving feast.
所以他们取名字就叫感恩节。
Now, let's stop a minute. What had they to be thankful for?
那我们要停下来想一想，他们既然是要感恩节，那么他们为什么事情而感恩呢？
They had been driven away from their own home.
他们是从背井离乡，从家乡被人赶出来了。
They would have relatives still back there at home.
他们的家人都还在英国。
And here now they were in a very strange land.
他们现在住在一个非常奇怪的一片茫茫的大地里面，这个他们从来没有来过。
The people here did not speak English.
在这个地方的印第安人从来不讲英文，
And so they had to start learning the Indian language.
所以他们必须要学习土著话。
But they thank God that they could worship unmolested.
但是他们非常的感谢神，是因为他们在这个地方可以全身心的自由的敬拜上帝。
Every Sunday they could meet together and they did not have to worry that there were police would be coming in to cause them trouble.
每一个星期天的早上，他们可以高兴兴的起来，可以聚集在一起来聆听神的道，敬拜神。他们不用担心警察会闯进来。
They thank God for the crop that they had harvested.
他们也感谢他们从地里面种了以后，后来收成的这些稻谷。
They had had enough rain and there wasn't any frost